Happy Halloween from Digiware Reviews. This is our favorite holiday. Candy, scaring children, everything our mothers would be proud of. Now it's time for Ghostbusters on the Nintendo Entertainment System. When we were preparing for this review, we considered many other games like finally finishing Friday the 13th or Fester's Quest. But luckily we decided on the lesser of three evils and decided to go with Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? A shitty 8-bit Ghostbusters team. That's who. Ghostbusters was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1988 to high expectations. The only thing people were talking about back then was just Ghostbusters. It was insane. Although we grew up with the PlayStation 1 and the Nintendo 64, we were very glad we never experienced this game quite like everyone else did back then. We here at Digiware Reviews are fully aware that Ghostbusters on the Nintendo is a shitty game, but that shouldn't stop a couple of hard-fisted video gamers, now should it? Anyway, push on the power to the NES, and you're quickly greeted with the first of an almost unending stream of shittiness this game throws at you. Press start and... oh dear God. And the gameplay. What is this? When was the Ghostbusters logo a character? You never even see ghosts like this in the first movie. At least the other ghosts look child-friendly. Heaven forbid someone takes creative control and makes this a scary game. At least Friday the 13th had the jump factor. When you're in the cabin, you know Jason is in there somewhere. Suddenly, boom, he pops out. I mean, this isn't the best example, but at least it shows a shitty game can sometimes be a little scary. Buildings are flashing red, the Scooby-Doo ghosts are slowly moving towards the Zool building. Zool building? What happened to Gozer? Or Vince Clortho? Whatever. Even still, I had no idea what to do. After jamming the buttons on the controller to enter the building, I stupidly looked down at the bottom of the screen and read that I needed a beam. Went to the shop, saw different items that varied in price, and I had no idea what they were for. As usual, sped through town, missing all the debris and other cars on the road that cost you money, and kaboom. Finally, I was able to start capturing some Scooby-Doo ghosts. Oh, and the ghost traps. After you fill them, you gotta empty them at the Ghostbusters headquarters. This is really all there is to this game. Moving the logo around to various buildings, jamming the one that's red, driving there, which is a fucking hassle every single time. Hopefully being able to capture every ghost, and waiting for the Scooby-Doo ghost to waltz right in on the Zool building. I came to find out that once enough of those ghosts have walked in on Zool, you'll be able to enter the building yourself. Of course, the only way you would know that would be if you were to read the small text at the bottom of the screen that races by and says, "Enter Zool building." Ah, finally a different playstyle. Oh my god. These controls are maybe the shittiest controls in a NES game for climbing stairs. Castlevania did it correctly. Oh yeah, I forgot Ghostbusters is terrible. The game, at least. Without the NES Advantage or Max controllers, you're stuck with rapidly pressing buttons until you get the team to move. Also, without a Game Genie or some way to cheat, there's just no way in hell you're clearing these steps. There's 20-some floors. Ugh. Well, nonetheless, this game is terrible. It's scary terrible. There's no need for such a monotonous playstyle in video games. The Sims are another story. At least I can poop and work out in those games. In Ghostbusters, all you can do is just fart around what happens, what appears to be New York, capturing ghosts and hoping to God that the voice from the beginning doesn't sound off again. Oh, jeez. As for the end of the game, it's actually pretty funny. Look it up for yourself. It's worth it. Or beat the game and struggle. This was Ghostbusters for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and we are Digiware Reviews. Happy Halloween.